Can't film in the
Wrong.
No, you're wrong.
Here's the law, sir.
No, that's not.
Yes, it is. This is the federal regulation.
So the court gets to determine what the regulations are for their.
No, that's called a rule. That's not a law. You don't understand the distinction. Here's the law. If you want to read it, here's what it says right here, sir. Here, see this?
I'm going to ask you again, and then I'm going to let you know.
Okay.
That we're going to give you a brief period of time with it to comply. And then we're going to seize your phone from you.
Oh, please do that. Please do that.
And then
please
you can take
do
it
that
up with the judges. So
here's the federal. I brought the federal law. Okay, I'm going to tell you this, sir. If you're going to threaten me, now, no, you started off threatening me.
I'm informing you.
You just told me you're going to seize my property.
I'm informing you what the rules for the courthouse say.
I could give a because the rules don't apply to me. I follow the law.
Why do rules not apply to you?
Because I follow the law.
What are laws?
Laws
are rules.
Laws are not rules. This is my building.
No, it's not your building. That is completely incorrect.
Sir, before, okay, listen, I'm going to give you a chance. You have two choices.
I don't need your
You have two choices. You can violate my rights, or you can go to federal court. I'll sue you personally in your personal capacity. Yeah, I want to know this man's name. Sir, I want to know your name and badge number.
You need to go back over there.
I want to know I don't have to go anywhere. You don't have the right to tell me to go anywhere, sir. I'm your daddy. You're not my daddy.
Let's come back over to the bench.
You don't have the right to tell me to go anywhere. I can walk anywhere in this public lobby I want to. Okay, I know that. That's restricted. I'm in a public area. I have the right to be in a public area, sir. You don't get to tell me what to do. I'm your daddy. You're not mine. Well, he started it. Okay, I give what I get. I'll be glad to, sir. He started off threatening me, and that got me irritated, okay? Because he's a dumbass. He's a dumbass. Please come down here and arrest me. What's that man's name?
I'm not real sure.
Okay, well, I got him on camera.
I can tell you he's a U.S. Marshal. So.
Yeah, I know that. I've already been down here and talked to the feds twice. I got a ticket down here. $500 ticket for what? Interfering. Am I interfering with anyone? No, I'm sitting here not bothering anybody. You guys addressed me. You guys accosted me. Anybody that's doing a disturbance is you. You're disrupting what I'm doing. You understand the difference? I'm here paying attention to my own self. I'm not bothering anybody. You guys came up and addressed me and said that I was doing something wrong. But I have the right to do what I'm doing. I have the right to eat a steak. No one can say that I can't, and I don't need permission. You don't need permission to exercise a right, do you, sir?
Well,
no.
There's a distinction between
a rule and a law, yes. That's why I brought the law. I came down here prepared to get arrested today.
Really?
I hope to God they arrest me. For doing a right. You can't arrest people for eating a steak, can you?
Huh?
No, of course not. You have a substantive right to eat a steak.
You feel like he was going to accuse you of taking out a steak in the freezer, didn't you?
Now they're going to bring me a piece of paper. I'm getting ready to eat their lunch.
$65 for a steak. Mm-hmm.
How you doing, sir?
Hey, how's it going?
Been a while. Have you read the new order, sir?
Yeah.
Would you like us to read it to you?
I can read.
Okay.
I'll read it.
We should probably read it to him.
Yeah, we can read it to you.
Make sure there's no misinterpretation.
Okay, let me
I
ask you
prefer
your
that you not
name
film
and badge name.
I prefer you not film us.
Well, that's fine. I prefer you give me $5. I prefer that you take off your shoes. You're ridiculous, sir.
Okay,
Go
so
ahead. I'll let
this
you.
is-
I'm sorry. This man here gave me an attitude. And sir, it's not your fault. You threatened me, man.
I didn't threaten you.
You
I
did
told
so.
what the
You
rules
said
say.
you were going to take my stuff.
What does the rules
How about if
say?
I told you I'm going to take your stuff?
To the
Sir,
rules.
sir, that is in the current order. That's why I was going to explain.
Okay,
the
all
current-
right.
So this is.
But listen, let me tell you the distinction between an order and a law. I brought with me the federal law.
That does not apply to a federal courthouse.
It certainly does.
A judge is issuing an order, entrance order to the courthouse.
He
sir.
cannot supersede anything that's in this law.
And what is your back to back that up?
Operational readiness order from 2010.
Okay.
Okay. This one's from 2018. This is from
I'm not
Homeland
here to-
Security.
I understand. How are you saying this supersedes? Show me where it says that a judge
Federal
can't supersede. Where
regulation.
does it say a judge cannot supersede that?
Because the judge doesn't write a law. This is
you're
law.
not an attorney. This is court orders exist. Judges
I
can issue-
am a
can-
law scholar,
Okay,
and I
am too. So
destroy
the judge-
attorneys.
The judge can issue orders. Yes. that
Well,
is-
he can issue an order, but I don't have to obey
you
it
have
because
to appeal
his
it. You
order,
have to take it up with the court.
his order is
Sir,
unconstitutional.
I understand what you're
Do you
saying.
understand the supreme
That is-
law of the
that is
land?
issue between you and the court system.
Okay.
I am telling you, this
All right.
is the order issued for people entering the courthouse.
Okay, all right.
So
When I walked in here, I'm going to let you know, the man at the entrance told me I had every right to film in this public area specifically. The man who was standing there told me that.
that's good to know.
I have it on camera.
I'm just telling you what the current order is.
Okay.
Is Stephen Clark, who is the current chief district judge?
Yeah, but he doesn't regulate this building. This is
they
a
are the
public
tenant-
building.
They are the tenant of the courthouse.
The tenant,
issue-
right, the
yes.
tenant cannot regulate public areas.
Current,
I own this building,
everybody.
not him.
We're all taxpayers, sir.
No, I'm not a taxpayer. A taxpayer, by the definition, is a business.
Okay. Well, whatever you
In
choose,
the law,
whatever you
a
choose to
taxpayer
believe,
is a
sir.
business. A
Whatever you-
resident is a business.
Whatever you choose to believe, sir.
I'm not.
You're-
No, it's
you're
not what I
you're
believe. Here, let me show you something.
you're
See this? Okay, no, I'm not going to
telling you.
argue anything, but let me show you something. Real quick. What is this? It's a cross, right? Okay. Is it on that bench, or is that my opinion that it's on the bench? It's on the bench, isn't
What
it?
you're defining as a bench,
Okay, all right.
or you're defining as a cross.
Okay.
Language are we speaking?
Okay, well,
Exactly.
is this thing on that bench? Is this thing on that thing?
Your opinion
That's
is
a
on the bench.
fact. It's not my opinion.
That's your opinion. That's a
You
bench.
disagree that that's there?
I'm not here to argue
Okay,
the reality. What
I
universe
am.
we're in. So here, I'm telling you what the order says.
Okay,
If you would,
all right,
if you want
all
to
right.
listen
Let
to
me
it,
ask you something. If I disobey this order, what are you going to do?
I'm not doing anything, sir.
Okay,
I'm telling
that's
you
a good
at this-
idea.
At this point, I'm just telling you what the order is.
Can
I'm
you
tell-
let me have a copy of that
you
order?
may have a quarter. Or would you like me to read it, or would you like to read it?
I can read it, or you can read it. Go ahead, you read it to me.
I will read it to you.
Entertain me.
I'm just reading to you, sir.
Okay.
Currently, I'm going to show you the date. It says it's dated March of 2023, signed by the current chief judge of the courthouse here.
Okay.
It says, and it's business of the court, and it's administrative order of the court.
Administrative order
But
does
you're-
not supersede the federal
Whatever
law,
you choose
sir.
to believe, sir.
No, that's
I'm
not
here-
what
I'm not
okay,
here
go
to
ahead.
argue the
All
law.
right, go ahead.
I'm not an attorney.
That's
You're not-
administrative.
I'm telling you what it is.
The only laws that apply to me are criminal laws. Administrative laws do not
If
apply to
that's
me.
what you choose to believe, sir,
No, that's the
fine.
truth.
That's your
Go ahead.
If you like to argue it, you can argue it in court.
Okay.
By direction of the United States District Court of the Eastern District of Missouri, designated lead tenant agency of the Thomas F. Eagleton and Rush H. Limbaugh courthouses, under Executive Order 12977 and Appendix D of the 2021 Department of Homeland Security Interagency Standards. So that falls under that.
Mm-hmm.
It is hereby ordered that all persons granted entrance into either the Thomas F. Eagleton Courthouse or Rush H. Limbaugh Courthouse are permitted to possess electronic devices such as smartphones and cellular mobile devices, computers, and or other electronic web-enabled equipment while inside the courthouse, subject to any restrictions set forth by any agency for that agency's space within either courthouse or otherwise set forth within this order.
Here's my restrictions.
I'm not done yet.
Okay.
Number 2, the possession of such and usage of other cameras and recording equipment within either courthouse is authorized by specific order of a court or policy of another agency within either building or specifically authorized within this order.
Okay, let's go over that one more time so that I understand it. The possession and use of other cameras or recording equipment within either courthouse is only authorized by a specific order.
Of a court or policy of an agency within either building
Or a policy.
or
This says that I have every right to be in this lobby.
or as specifically authorized in this order.
Sure.
The order is not. We're not done reading the order yet.
Okay.
Before persons with cameras, recording equipment, or electronic devices are granted entry in the courthouse, all such devices must be examined by court security personnel. This examination may include, but is not limited to, placing the device through an automatic or electronic screening or inspection system, and requiring the person possessing the device to turn the power to the device off and then on. Unless specifically authorized by court or a judge, attorneys using electronic devices in a pending matter and other persons possessing an electronic device may use their device while in common areas of the courthouse, such as lobbies, but the power to all electronics must be turned off upon entry into a courtroom. No person shall be permitted to leave electronic devices on when entering courtrooms by placing the device in an airplane mode or placing the ringer device to vibrate instead of making an audible ring. Use of photographic recording and communication equipment in a courtroom or any area adjacent to the courtroom is governed by rule of order of the specific court. District court policy can be found in local rule 12,
Yes, which I've read.
Bankruptcy
So that
court policy can be found in local rule 9075.
that rule right there just gave me permission to be
Well, we're
in the
not done
common
yet.
areas. That one just gave me the permission to be in the
we're not
common
done
areas.
yet.
Okay.
Number 5. For the safety and security of all tenant members, public who enter the courthouses, no person may use camera or electronic devices to photograph or record the following interior areas of the courthouse: any building entrances and exits, security systems, mechanisms, or measures, security checkpoints, general service administration common areas, public spaces, lobbies, foyers, corridors, or assembly rooms. Prior written approval for photography or recording these areas may be granted for matters of public interest by order of Chief Judge of the District Court. So that's what we're saying here.
Okay.
Number 6, the United States Marshals Service may limit the manner and location of photography and recording described in paragraph 5 to protect public ingress and egress and for any other purposes related to court security. Under 28 U.S.C. 566, the United States Marshals Service is hereby directed to enforce this order. In doing so, may confiscate cameras and electronic devices of any person violating this order. Number 8, if the United States Marshal Service or the Chief Judge of the District Court determines that a heightened security threat exists, the United States Marshal Service may restrict camera and electronic devices from entering the buildings to the United States Marshal Service determines the heightened security threat is over. So,
Okay, so you are a marshal,
yes.
and so you believe that you have the authority to confiscate my camera? Is that what you're telling me?
It is possible if you were
Okay.
using.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
That's fair. That's fair.
I'm telling you what it says right here. It
Very
says
fair.
You're not supposed to say. We're saying that no person can use it to photograph the following interior areas of the courthouse. This is what the order says.
Okay.
Any building entrances and exits, security systems, mechanisms.
Yes, sir.
Any general services.
I understand.
That they run the building here. General service mission common areas, which this would be a common area, a lobby, a foyer, corridor,
Yes.
or assembly room.
I understand what the order says.
That's what the order
I
says.
totally understand it. Now let me show you the conflict that I have with federal law. The big conflict I have though is the First Amendment, okay? That is the big one. This regulation describes when an individual may photograph the interior of federally
This
buildings.
is redacted, so I can't see.
Well, that's because it comes from, this is for the public, that's why they redacted it. They don't want the public to see this. They're hiding it.
Well, I know, but if we don't read what's
Well,
supporting this, how do I
if
know
you're a
what's-
marshal, you can go to the,
I still have to follow the same rules everybody else does to request this. So it's not just out there on the internet.
here's their hotline, FPS hotline. You can call them. But let me show you the big one. As a reminder, photography and video taping,
I understand that.
absent
right here,
of
there's a lot
criminal,
of stuff right here. That's
right,
not
they
there.
don't want me to see that.
Yes.
You're probably allowed to see that.
I understand what you're saying.
Okay.
But I'm not saying that the First Amendment does not exist. I'm just saying that the order
Okay,
for
now-
this courthouse is that no one's allowed to record these areas.
Recognizing this fact, the public is allowed to photograph interior building entrances, lobbies, foyers, corridors, and auditoriums from publicly accessible areas. So that's in conflict
Well, if that's in
with
conflict,
federal
then
law.
you need to file a lawsuit.
And federal law, well, I will go ahead and give me standing then. Take my stuff.
I'm not in charge.
Okay.
You can
You
file-
take
if
my
you-
stuff
if you
or
dis-
you threaten to take my stuff,
threatening
then I
you.
have standing. Then
So
we
you-
don't have anything to
so
talk
you
about.
can say that you disagree with this order and you're not going to file anything.
I'm saying that under threat of arrest or threat of you taking my stuff, that's the only way that I will obey that. You tell me right now that if I don't stop, you're going to take my stuff, sir. I will say okay, goodbye, and I will leave. But it has to be underneath a threat, because see, that gives me standing in court. Then I can sue you personally in your personal capacity. Right now, you haven't violated my rights yet. You're just telling me this limbo mumbo jumbo here applies to me, and it doesn't. It may apply to you, but it doesn't apply to me.
It applies to the people entering the courthouse.
No, it does not.
It does, sir.
No, it doesn't.
If you believe there's a conflict with this, then you can take this to court and say there's a conflict with these two laws.
Give me standing.
I don't have to
Violate
give you
my
standing.
rights.
You've got standing right now.
No.
You're a citizen entering the courthouse. How do you not have standing? If you're
Well, I have standing when you violate my rights. There has to be, see, you understand the law. You need the law and the facts. You need the damages and the liability. There's no liability here. And there's no damages. You haven't
I'm not here to
damaged
argue
me.
the law. I'm just
Damage
telling
me
you
and
what
I'll
the-
do it.
I'm telling you what the order says.
Damage me.
I'm not damaging you, sir.
Okay, then you might as well just go play then.
Here's what I'm going to do. I'm
Okay.
going to let you have a copy of this.
I'll appreciate
If you'd
that.
like to take it up with the court, that is
Okay,
up to you.
well, I won't be able to until you
I
violate
am
my
not in
rights.
charge of that. It is up to you to file.
Or
it.
if this man wants to violate my rights, and then I can
We're
then I
gonna-
can stand up
we're gonna
against
tell
this. Are you
we're-
willing to, sir? You willing to tell me?
Violating anything is you.
Okay. Yeah, are you willing to threaten me with arrest?
Sir,
I told you what the
Mr.
order says.
Mr. Gibson,
Okay, the order. That's all you're going to tell me?
Mr. Gibson.
You're not going to threaten to
Mr.
take
Gibson.
my stuff?
Do you want
Can
to
you issue court orders?
Sorry?
Can you issue court orders?
Can I issue court order? No. Court orders are not laws.
They're not.
No.
They're not court orders. They don't allow.
Court
legal
orders are
action.
not
They
laws.
hold
They
the
don't
same
allow legal
standing of
action.
laws. So,
They don't allow
They don't
what?
allow legal action.
So when
Well, there is a judicial remedy.
Oh, really?
If
You issue a judicial remedy.
okay, hold on. The very top,
Thank you for agreeing with me.
the very top is the Constitution.
Thank you for agreeing with me.
and the judiciary is part third branch of the government, sir. Yes, we
If
understand.
you're willing to violate
good
my
day you
rights,
agreed with
then I'll stop. If you're not, I won't stop.
Why would somebody want to
Are
violate your
you,
rights?
so I have standing in court, then I have damages. See, in order to go to court,
Why
you
would I
need the
not
law.
just follow
You just said that you don't believe in civil issues, yet you want to sue people civilly. Is
You-
that what you just said? You said only criminal laws apply to people?
And you just said
Whoa.
court
Well, there has to be damages.
Well, no.
In order-
It has to be criminal. Only criminal laws apply.
Okay, let me explain what a
If-
criminal
if
offense
you're going to
is.
sue us for violating your rights, I
Yes.
have a question.
Yes, okay.
You said you're a legal scholar.
Yes, sir.
You said if we violated your rights, you would sue us civilly.
Right,
correct?
right.
But you said that civil laws don't apply to you. Only criminal laws apply to you.
Criminal laws apply to me. That means there must be an injury. If there's no damage, there's no victim. If there's no victim, there is no crime. That's the definition of criminal offense. If there's no victim, there is no crime. In order for me to have standing in court, I need
Well, this-
damages
this
and
would be a
liability.
this would be a contempt.
I need both of those
Sir,
elements.
sir, this
Without
would-
you damaging
I'm
me,
not telling you what. I'm just telling you this is
trespass is legal, yes, on private property,
telling you
not
this-
not in public
Sir,
property.
I'm
There's
telling
no
you-
such thing as trespassing in public property if you're here during business hours. Unless you broke in, you have to break in. Sir, that,
We have a gross percentage of
no,
Do you want a copy of the order?
sure,
I'm just telling you, it is possible that this is a violation.
great, great.
I'm
You're
telling-
not willing to
I'm just-
stand up.
I'm just telling
You're,
you. I'm
you know,
not
hey, you
guaranteeing-
know,
I'm
that's
not-
why you're backing
I'm
down.
not guaranteeing anything, sir.
I told you I was going to eat his lunch,
I'm
didn't
gonna
I?
tell you what's going to happen.
I just ate your
you
lunch.
You are in violation of the court order. I'm just telling you what you can.
But you're not going to do anything about it. You're not going to enforce it.
I can't charge you with anything. That's
Okay.
the U.S. Attorney's Office.
Okay.
So if the U.S. Attorney's Office says they want to charge you with something, that's entirely possible.
Okay.
If FPS wants to come down here and cite you for being here if we ask you to leave,
Okay.
I'm telling
All right.
I'm telling you what it is.
Good enough. Fair enough.
I'm not gonna arrest you.
You're not going to
Date.
stand.
I'm
You're not going to enforce it.
I'm not gonna arrest you if no one's gonna prosecute you.
Right.
So,
I get it.
I'm
I
not
get
here
it.
to. I'm telling you.
That's very fair.
I'm being fair with you.
Sir, what's your name?
My name's Adam, sir. Here.
Adam.
I've
you're,
talked to you before,
you're
sir.
awesome, sir.
I have talked to you before.
You're an
I
awesome
understand.
man. Can I shake your
You
hand?
can, sir.
You're an awesome man. Thank
All
you,
right.
Adam.
I provided you the order and read it through with you. I'm telling you.
Very
if
commendable.
There's a potential violation of the court order.
I get
If
it.
you choose to believe that or
I
not,
get
that
it.
is up to you.
I get it.
I would request again that you please stop filming inside our order because
Sure.
I read you the order.
Sure.
At this point, I'll let you know if FPS is going to come, if the U.S. Attorney's Office is going to do something. But
Well, they've been here twice, and I've run them off twice.
That's fine. That is up to you, sir. I'm going to go ahead and figure out what we can do if the U.S. Attorney's Office wants to do something. But
I will leave under threat of arrest or threat of you taking my stuff. I promise you, I do not want to be arrested. I did not come to get arrested. But if I will, if I do, I'm prepared.
We don't enjoy arresting you.
No.
So, I mean, we're here. We're just asking you to stop filming.
Fair enough.
If you don't want to stop filming, we'll probably ask you to leave. If you don't want to leave, then we'll have to call FPS.
Fair enough.
Okay?
Are you calling them?
Any phone calls at this point?
Okay.